You getting ready for Smarty Pants?
Yeah, I can't wait to see you,
I know.
and I can't wait to see your
You're gonna meet all my
family. I
friends and my
know, I'm
family.
so excited. Ooh. I gotta work on my presentation.
I do too. I think we all do. I think we're all procrastinators.
Yeah, I'm not. I just like in my mind, I'm like, this is gonna be a fun thing, and so I'm not tracking on like I have to do something for this.
Welcome to Friends on Purpose
Where two friends talk about life, love,
and finding purpose. These last 5 episodes have been about kind of like history, our history
Yeah.
in general,
like
maybe
self-discovery.
nostalgia.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of cool. But now today we're going to move back to the metaphysical because we love it so much.
Because it's a safe space here with us. No one thinks we're
Yeah.
crackpots.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Because when I talk to
maybe
other
they do,
when I
but
talk
we
to
don't
other
care.
people about it, they're like, "Oh, cool, yeah,
Yeah.
you're psychic." Oh,
Well, okay. So here's the thing. So my aunt came into town and she's the coolest. She's always has
She
been.
your mom's sister
She's my
or your
mom's
dad's?
my mom's
Okay.
older sister. They're as far apart as Liz and Ev, so I think they're like 8 or 9 years apart.
Wow.
Yeah, and I don't think I told her this, and she listens now, so she might
she's
hear
about
this.
to know.
Yeah, but like so it's like the idea of synchronicities.
Yeah.
I had like 2 or 3 of them just happen over like 24 hours with her, and I'm
Whoa.
like,
Whoa.
what is the universe trying to say to me? You know?
Yeah.
And so it's like I gotta talk to Elaine. I gotta get back into this like
We gotta dive in.
dream world, like metaphysical stuff.
Oh yeah,
because
we forgot to keep going on our
there's
dream
more to-
experiment.
Yeah, do we want to reboot that?
Yes.
Evelyn
I
was
just
like,
kind of-
"You have to." She
keep-
reminded
I-
me, like, "Oh yeah,
And we also stopped calling Emily.
yeah." Well, I knew that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
Yeah,
we
we
haven't
gotta-
forgotten
we gotta
about
get-
Emily, but we
No.
did forget about the dreams, and we can jump
I
back
just
in.
like yeah, we gotta keep going. This is
Okay.
an important thing. We forgot. Sorry, everyone.
So yeah, my aunt brought up the telepathy tapes, which
Yeah.
you told me about, and I've been meaning to listen to.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh my God, like, why is this feeling really like like special? Like
Yeah.
I need to listen to that. And then she brought up, what else did she bring up? Oh, she stayed in Rudyard Kipling's house.
Whoa.
Yeah.
He
So
wrote
I guess,
Jumanji.
was it Jumanji? Jungle Book.
It was definitely Jungle Book.
Yeah. Jumanji's new.
Who wrote
right?
Jumanji?
Was it a book? Oh, it's an
No,
illustrated
yeah.
book. Yeah.
It was a book.
No, he's not a children's illustrator.
Yeah. My bad.
But she mentioned that, and then I'm like, wow, like I am currently typesetting one of Rudyard Kipling's poems,
Oh, interesting.
and it just felt like, and I know this is where it's like woo woo, like okay, yeah,
Yeah.
you're just making random
were like,
connections, but it's the feeling I get when like that happens. It's like, huh, that's weird.
Yeah, that is weird. Is Rudyard Kipling from? He's British, right? He's not from Vermont.
No, I don't think so. But it was New Hampshire. So she had her daughter got married in New Hampshire. So she's
Cool.
there's some connection with the house he was in. So maybe he stayed there. I don't
Yeah,
know.
interesting.
But
okay, got it.
in any case, it was just like a funny connection. And then like, and I've always thought this about her, and all my siblings have thought this about her from the time we were little, is that she is just like my mom.
Oh, yeah.
She looks like her, and it's just the weird. we were joking about it when we saw her. I don't know, it was last night or the night before. Like all her little mannerisms, and it was just like
Similar.
it was special this time because my mom is fading.
Yeah.
So it was just
Yeah.
like, oh dear, it was almost like and I don't want to make this weird for her, but it felt like I was able to see my mom again in a way.
Of course. That makes total sense. I mean, it's obviously they're siblings, but then those mannerisms, they feel so personal to you because it's your mom. But then when you see them elsewhere, you're like, oh.
And I hope it was mutual because she kept saying, "Oh my God, Ev, oh my God, Liz, you're just like your mother," you know? And so there was like this presence there that was just really special I think for all of us.
Yeah.
And so it just got me thinking again about the metaphysical and all the things that I learned through the holographic universe. And
did you finished it, right?
I finished it. It was just a month or so
ago. A while ago. Yeah.
I started the new Tibetan dream book.
The yogas of
Yeah, so I started that yesterday.
Well, good. So I haven't finished it yet, so I'll pick that back up so that we can continue our dream work.
Okay. Right. All right. And so yes, we are now officially saying we're jumping back in. Trying to connect to our dreams. I have the word. I have the word. I have the text. I have the text that Graham sent to
you and
Emily and I saying what the word is.
Yep.
So we're going to try and communicate that to you through our dreams.
Saran wrap.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
I'm in a synchronicity. I was just talking to a friend who I swam with a lot last summer, and we were so excited for this to be the second summer of swim, but then she tore her Achilles, a real big bummer. And I was just like talking to her, I was like,
ladies, and you're hurting your
I know
your bodies.
I know. Ugh, getting old. I was like, I was so dropped in last summer. I was meditating. I was meeting with my psychic. And she was like, what changed? And I was like, I just haven't really paid attention to it. And she was like, you can change that. And I was like, good point. Like, I had this feeling like it was
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it was like it was happening to me. And she was like, well, you just like kept following up on things that you were interested in. So like, why don't you just do that again? So I've been thinking about it too. I was like, a year ago, I was like really on a journey.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna do a session with her real soon, because that was part of it. It was like I was I feel like I'm at the height of my interest, and all of a sudden I just dropped off.
Yeah.
Right as I was about to like do something about it. Mm-hmm. And now I feel like it's calling me back. So
cool.
It's not
Very
leaving
cool.
me, so yeah, I'm gonna
let's
jump on that.
Talk about what it means to us.
Sure. Well, I think today I'd like to focus on the mind and body, and the mysteries that are out there about the human mind and body.
Just to be clear, we think they're mysteries. There might be research out there that explains exactly what's going on.
There is.
But they're mysteries to us.
There definitely is. I mean, it's everything from like, this is what it is, to this is what we think it is, to, we don't know.
We have no idea.
But it's documented and these weird things are happening.
Yeah.
And so, so I think I do have a couple of activities that are real simple, but might help kind of kick us off in that discussion. So the first activity is your body is doing things you don't understand. So what is something your body does that you don't understand? Things like hiccups, deja vu, goosebumps from music, feeling someone staring at you, why embarrassment makes your face hot, why you sometimes wake up 1 minute before your alarm, things like that. Things that could very well have an explanation, like hiccups. I'm sure we know what hiccups are. There's got to be some.
It's air trapped under your
your diaphragm or whatever.
Diaphragm. Yeah.
Yeah. But there are things that are happening to you regardless of what your mind is, where your mind is at. So the first activity is to first point to where you are. And I think this is a psychologist practice, you know, like when you meet, it's like sometimes they'll ask their patients, where do you live? Like, where is your soul
in your
on
body?
your body?
Yeah.
So where would you say that is for you? Yeah.
In
That's
my
so
throat.
weird. Why is it your throat?
I think it's where it feels like a very like life force area. Like there's like a really important chakra here. I also am like incredibly loquacious, you know? So like
Yeah. Yeah.
this is what gives me my like power, you know, like my whatever.
It's also kind of like the intersection of your mind and heart.
Yeah,
Is kind
it
of how I
does
look
feel
at
like
it.
like right in between the two, but it just
And,
feels
you know,
like this
being
is
able to
me.
project from that location seems
Yeah.
like to make sense, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Where
think
are you?
about it. I feel like
Like in your whole you're just making a circle from the top of your head down to your heart.
like to my chest. Yeah, it feels like almost like and it's
Bubble?
This is a safe place,
Safe
right?
place,
Yeah, it
safe
feels like
space.
a bubble. It feels like
Yeah.
like a light, you know, something radiating from this area. And
Yeah.
you mentioned chakras, you know, and those are located
Yeah.
all over your body.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but like different chakras contain different
Yes.
what,
Colors
emotions?
and also like they
There's
like
a chakra for wisdom, a chakra for jealousy or pride
yeah,
or things
well,
like that.
it's more like it's less emotional than that, but yeah,
Okay.
like if you it's like you know your kind of like your center chakra is like this is about like I honestly I shouldn't even say. I would need to look it up,
Yeah,
but
this
it's
is
not
not a
like
podcast about
jealousy.
chakras.
Yeah, this like just to be clear, we have no idea.
I
what
think
we're
the
talking
point
about.
here is
Yeah.
that we feel things in different
different-
areas of our body.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't know that it's unique from person to person or that I don't know. I don't know what the theory
I think
is there.
it could be. I think it is unique in like I know my partner as a therapist will ask like youth that she's working with to kind of like one of the grounding exercises is like, so you say you're angry, but where do you feel it? Like you were saying,
Right.
and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I feel it in my like heart. I feel it in my stomach, you know, and like things like nervous butterflies or like
Right.
when you get excited and you're like my ears are burning and someone's like what. So I do think it's
Right.
different for different people. Like for
Okay.
example, when I see someone get really really hurt, my whole butt tingles. My whole butt.
I get it's what my mom calls the wincy feeling in your chest. Like I kind
don't
of
feel
like
it in my
collapse,
chest.
like,
Nope.
oh. Yeah.
All butt for me. It's like why?
Really?
When I watch Grey's Anatomy, all butt.
You just clench.
It's not. It's like tingly in my butt cheeks, and it's like it's
Okay.
not like
Interesting.
my-
Okay.
It's not like my anus clenches. It's
your-
my whole butt.
Your glutes.
It's my glutes. It's like
Wow,
a little
okay.
bit close to my
Interesting.
butthole, but it's not
Well,
like
you were saying in a previous episode that like goosebumps from music, only 50% of people report
Right.
feeling that, which is
Right.
mind blowing to me because
know.
that felt like a universal experience.
right.
I think like even our most basic, experience it's like being a person inside a body is
Weird.
difficult to explain.
Super weird.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
what is your person?
Right, exactly,
The soul?
and we're gonna get there. So
Okay.
the second activity, there are things the body does without our conscious awareness. Breathing is probably the most basic example, but there are other more complex things that are, things like interoception. Is that am I saying that right?
Interoception, yeah.
Like I believe they call it the eighth sense. I don't know what the sixth and the seventh is, but it's like the feeling of hunger or thirst,
Yeah.
the urge to poop or pee,
Right.
things like
your
that.
body is like, you got to do something, dude.
Yeah. But when
You
there are
gotta take
other
action.
things like gut feelings or like automatic behaviors we perform without thinking about it, reacting to danger before consciously like recognizing what's happening. Things like instincts, how aware, are we actually of these things? And so here's the second activity. So this is what's called the heartbeat test. Can you, and I can run a timer for you.
Okay.
But can you count your heartbeat without touching your pulse? And I'll time you for 15 seconds. And then what we'll do is we'll get what you think your beats per minute is.
Okay.
And I'll do it. I'll do it too, so we can compare, see who's better at like their body, like knowing their body. Okay, ready? Set.
Okay.
Go.
Okay.
What's your number?
20.
Okay, so you would be 80 beats per minute.
Whoa, that's kind of right, isn't it?
That's close. Okay. Mine was 16. So 64. Is that right?
Yeah. That's 32 times 2.
That's really low. Okay. Yeah. So now let's do it again, but we're gonna actually count our pulse by holding,
Okay.
Ready? Set.
Yeah.
Go. Okay.
Okay. 25.
I had 22. So you were pretty close. So
Yeah.
you are 25, so you're 100.
Times 15,
So I was just under that. I was in the 90s. So I was way off. You were much closer.
It took me a second I think I missed the first few, and then I was like, oh, there it is.
Yeah. So maybe you're like spot on. Maybe you're in tune with your body, or you're just
or I'm a
lucky.
very good guesstimator. Cool.
Yeah. So these are things your body is doing for you. And
have you ever gone to eat something and you're like, or you take a bite of something and you're like, ugh,
shouldn't eat this.
Shouldn't eat that. Have that ever happened to you?
No, not in it like pay off.
I have had experiences where I like take a bite of something and I'm like, I don't think so. And then later I have like my tummy is a little upset or whatever. And I've even had an experience where I have been at a wedding. It wasn't a wedding. Maybe it's like a shower. It wasn't a full wedding, but it was like some wedding adjacent thing, like a rehearsal dinner or something. And I took a bite of something and we were all getting served the same thing. And I was like, I don't think this is good. And the people around me were like, it's fine. It's no big deal. And I was just like, okay. And I didn't eat it. And everyone got sick. And I was like, So I have some sort of weird ability to know if something is like okay or not to eat. 6th
or 7th or 8th sense.
Yeah, 10th sense.
Yeah. I feel like I'm notoriously bad at listening to my body.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
Have we?
Yeah.
I've honestly been trying to get better, and not because of like my interest in the metaphysical, but just because I'm getting older and I want to make sure that, I'm taking care of myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'll have, like Emily hates it because I'll end up with a headache but never take medicine. Like, you could just take some
like, take a leave. No big deal.
It's like, it doesn't even like, I just like put up with stuff.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
You're working on that.
I'm working on that. So anyway, the third activity, your brain can be tricked about your own body. Yeah. And this we're not going to do because we'd have to be in person to do it. But it's the idea of have you ever heard of phantom limbs?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So the experiment is that you hide one, you put both arms on the table,
right?
But you hide one from your view. So there's like a piece of cardboard in the way of one of your arms. And then you put in its place just a rubber arm. It's usually like a rolling pin with a glove on it, or know, something that resembles,
looks like a hand.
And you'll have somebody brush your hand with like a paintbrush while simultaneously brushing the rubber hand. And so you're feeling the sensation of a brush, but you're not seeing it on your hand. You're seeing it on the rubber hand. You get used to this sensation by doing it for a minute or so. And then out of nowhere, the person comes and slams a hammer on the rubber hand. Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, the person pulls their hand away to avoid the danger, and in some cases feel some sort of sensation of pain.
Totally.
Which is so crazy to me, because it's like, if your brain can be convinced of that rubber hand is part of you, what exactly determines where you end? Like, if you're
that's
embodying,
the whole thing. Like, what is a body?
Right. If you're embodying this random object because of a similar sensation, how far can you take this?
Yeah. I mean, so the idea,
like, there's potential there. There's potential
there's a ton of potential.
Dwell
the idea,
in something else.
Yeah, is that like our bodies, like our skin does not contain our energy. Let's just call whatever we are, soul or, whatever,
self,
spirit, self, energy. That there's a energy field that now scientists are like, we can actually physically see on like some, I don't know, like special cameras,
like an
and
aura
not just
or
the ones that you see at like the psychics at the fair that are like, here's your aura, except it's the same exact concept, that there is a energy field around all of us. They can track it by, it's not warmth, it's like your actual photon emission, which could explain why, for example, you could feel like someone's watching you. They're directing their energy at your energy field. And some people have really big energy fields and some people have really tight ones. And so like when your energy kind of interacts, that's where you get that sense where you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, or you walk up to somebody and you're like, I do not like them.
So this just like gets me going. This gets me going. It's like, I think about, have you ever had times where you've felt like have had an out of body experience?
Yeah. Yes.
What can you describe it to me?
Yeah, I was like 8 to 11. I was at my grandparents', my Nana and Bubba's pool. And I've been in and out of the pool, in and out and in and out and in and out. We were out all day. We were just like little fish. And we would like jump in the water and we'd do all this stuff. And then we'd get on our like pool chair, like a chaise for outside and just like nap for like 10 minutes. And then we'd be like, let's get back in the pool. And one of those times, I must have been like in a dream state. And my cousin was like, let's get back in the pool. And I was like, okay. And I was back in the pool with him. And we were doing this thing we like to do where we would grab the sides of the pool we were on a like floaty, like a float mat, both of us. And we would grab the sides of the pool and like just circumvent the pool. It was like a race with our arms.
Yeah.
And when I turned around and looked back over, I saw myself on the pool chair. And then I was like snapped to.
Weird.
And I like looked out and Ryan, my cousin, was on the pool floaty. I was back on the chair. And I was like, what? I was just in the pool. So it was like really weird. And then he came back and he was like, are you going to come in or what? And I was like, what?
Was it like a dream or something?
I don't know. But I had this sense where I was like in two places at once. And as soon as I saw myself, I was like, wait. And then that's weird. I wasn't like floating above myself. I was just like in two places at once.
Yeah. I was like 11 or 12. I was at a piano lesson. My piano teacher, Hildegard Weatherby, was her name.
What a name. Yeah.
Well, I was in there and I had to play a song that I'd been practicing all week. And I was so frustrated because I knew I wasn't getting it. She was helping me and she was perfectly delightful. She wasn't like a mean teacher or anything.
Yeah.
But I remember we were going over this particular stretch of the song. And I'm playing, I'm looking at the music, and all of a sudden the room starts spinning. Like I remember I'm kind of like on the verge of tears of frustration, but I'm playing what's going on, but I'm not reading the music. It's like all of a sudden my body was just doing what it was doing. The room starts spinning, and then I feel like my whole like self, my I don't know,
your bubble,
but like, yeah, just kind of like sliding out of the back of me and then like lifting up. And I was like seeing myself and my teacher from like an elevated position. And then I just like snapped right back in and then I messed up.
Yeah.
Like,
whoa.
So I had to like start again. And it was just like, what was that?
Whoa. And it stuck with you.
And it stuck with me. And it's never happened since, because I thought it was like, well, maybe this is something that happens when I get nervous or when I get frustrated. It's like, I try to think of moments where just like my body goes into autopilot. It's like, no, that's never happened before. It happened again. And so it was like my closest experience to like kind of an out of body experience. There's like experiences you hear about, like,
people like fully like leave their bodies and can like control it, and or like that thing.
What's the term when you die?
OBE. NDEs, near death experiences.
Near death experience. That's what. Things like that.
Totally. Like that. Was it in Holographic Universe where the woman like floated outside of herself out of the hospital, and she saw like that there was like a sneaker on the roof.
Yeah.
And they were like, this didn't happen to you.
It was her sneaker, right?
No, it wasn't her sneaker. It was, she had to tell someone when she like came back to, she was like, go to the 8th floor, look at the roof. If there's a shoe on it, if there's a sneaker, know that I wasn't making it up. And they were like, oh shit.
And it was there. Yeah. And so, I'm glad you bring up Holographic Universe, because I do want to get into some of those stories that kind of confirm or at least explain a little bit more in depth as to what we're talking about. So like,
should we Sarah's Science Corner?
Oh yeah, so we're calling this Sarah's Science Corner, though it's more of a summary of a variety
it's someone
of accounts.
Else's science. It's never our science.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, this is probably one of the clearest examples of like the mind doing things, or maybe it's the body doing things that the mind doesn't know. But basically, this guy, had advanced cancer and believed that this experimental drug called Biozin, he believed it would save him. And after receiving it, his tumors reportedly shrank dramatically. And then he read reports that the drug was actually ineffective toward tumors and cancer. And so his cancer returned. He was like so distraught from the article that his cancer returned. But then his doctor gave him injections of saline while telling him that it was a new improved version.
Which is like very fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, but he said it. But that's part of the recipe here is
right. You have to believe
placebos only work if you believe your doctor as much
right.
as you believe it yourself. So your doctor has to have some sort of participation in the way that this works, I guess. And so he gave him the saline, and his health improved again. And so then there were like definitive reports that Biozin was worthless, and then just deteriorated and died.
Yeah.
And so Talbot uses the story to illustrate like the potential that this kind of psychological power could have, but it's a well documented account of like what happened. And I say that because I grew up believing in healings through the church.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of deception there, primarily to gain followers and to gain money.
Sure.
But I do believe there are things about the way Christians approach healing that could very well be real, especially after reading this book. You know, it's just they're calling it something different, you know? And I think that has a lot to do with Talbot's, the way he describes positive thinking.
Yeah.
I think that there might be some sort of version of that happening with specific accounts within the Christian religion.
Yeah.
Who knows, truly.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things I really liked about this book, is that it was like irrefutable evidence, documentation of these accounts, of these things happening,
yep.
whether we can explain them or not. They actually happen. It's not somebody just, you know. Anyway, so another example of like healing would be visualization. There's the oncologist Carl Simonton and psychologist Stephanie Matthews Simonton. They had cancer patients that they taught to visualize their immune systems attacking cancer cells and to imagine their tumors shrinking.
Yeah.
And so there's the reports that these patients who practiced this visualization sometimes survived longer than expected and experienced improved quality of life. So it wasn't like a total healing, but there was like a definite uptick in their health.
My college soccer coach was Japanese, and visualization on the Japanese Olympic soccer team had taken hold, and so she had us do visualization every practice. 5 minutes at the beginning, 5 minutes at the end.
We might have talked about this already.
Did we?
I don't know if it made it into the episode, but yeah.
So I was like, really, I mean, I was into it because I was like a good doobie, and I was the soccer captain, and I was like, whatever coach says, I'll do. Right. And sometimes I focused on it and sometimes I didn't, but my senior year I like really locked in and was really like feeling it. And one of the things I would sometimes like your mind wanders, whatever, but then I realized that you have to just like visualize something very specific over and over and over again. And so I was a soccer goalie, and I just picked this one save. Like, I'd jump and dive and, like, really, really stretch out and get it. And I just practiced that in my mind over and over and over again. My senior game, which is, like, like one of the last home games of the season in my senior year, that shot came at me. And I saved it. And people went friggin' nuts because they're like, awesome. I had no business. You know, it would have been like way better for me to practice a save that like often happened, you know, like, but I didn't
Muscle
do it
memory is more powerful than visualization.
Totally. But I like was just, I don't know, whatever. And I remember feeling like when I made that save, I was like, this is it. Like, it's happening.
Wow, that rain's really coming down.
I know. I hope it doesn't mess up the sound.
We're just going to push through it. It's rain, folks. It's coming down heavy at Elaine's house.
We're really...
No, but that's cool you say that, because that is definitely something he addressed in his book. And even he gave examples. I think it was Russia uses that philosophy for their Olympians. But the last example, which is to me one of the most astonishing, is that the examples of people with multiple personalities, or DID, which is dissociative identity disorder. So here are some of the things that that scientists and doctors have discovered from people with these disorders. Allergies could appear or disappear depending on which personality was present. Different personalities could have different eyesight, meaning you may not need glasses one day, but the next you do, depending on what personality is present. Even colorblind versus not colorblind. This is the same person. This is the same body, just emoting a different personality. Menstrual cycles could change or stop when personality switched. Medications could strongly affect one personality but have little effect on another. Blood pressure could change between personalities. Scars, burns, and skin conditions could reportedly appear or disappear.
Insane. Pause there.
One personality.
One person who got, when they were person A, burned their arm. And then they go, their mind switches and they're person B, and that arm burn is gone.
That scar is gone.
I mean, that scar is gone.
That's documented.
That's insane.
Yeah. One personality could be right-handed while the other one is left-handed. Handwriting, voice, vocabulary, and speech patterns could completely change. He went into depth about this. It's not just somebody putting an accent on. It's like
they know languages that you otherwise wouldn't have known.
Yeah, it was reportedly not faked. Personalities could speak different languages that they had never learned. Brainwave patterns could change when personalities switched. One personality could show symptoms of diabetes while the other did not.
No, it's like it.
What?
How? Well, that like, one personality could become drunk while another appeared sober.
Yeah.
Like,
but you can't fake diabetes.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
And then personalities could respond differently to pain and anesthesia. It's just like,
that's
so
wild.
These are all people with quote unquote disorders.
Sure. Which sounds like actually a superpower.
Yeah, it does, right?
To me.
I mean, obviously it's not working within the society that we're living in.
Totally. Totally. But that's a societal construct.
Ultimately, what that says is the body is capable of doing this.
Yeah.
And we're seeing it in these people who have these disorders. But like, again, could you harness this? Could you learn this? Could you?
Yeah.
Something
or
there.
Could it be, or people who demonstrate this can be like revered as like knowing far more than we do. Like there's like a capacity
from
that
the
we
examples.
Don't have.
Yeah, sure. I mean, but from the examples he's given, I didn't get the impression that these people were choosing to do these things.
No,
it was their bodies
of course not. Yeah,
doing it beyond their own choice, or even understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
really wild.
That's insane. That's insane.
What does it make you think? I mean, like, what does that make you think?
I don't know how that changes my life, except that it opens up a world of possibilities or a world of mystery that I really am relieved still exists.
Yeah.
And
that's what I like about it.
It kind of makes me a believer again. Possibility of healing. It goes beyond healing, though.
It's just I like that we don't know everything. I like feeling small. I like wonder. Yeah. I like just being like, I guess I have to suspend a little bit of like hope, faith, whatever. I mean, I don't have to suspend it. I have to like want that and believe that so I'm like, I don't get it. I don't know everything that's going on here. And I am curious. I'd like to know a little more, but that maybe there is stuff that I don't get to know. And like, I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
I have this thought that like we actually already figured it out, right? Like there is a very small body of evidence that points to a knowing that ancient humans had that we have forgotten. And part of it is the industrialization of our people, which is much more about productivity and like we used there was
part of me makes me think it's responsibility. I feel like if you can do these things, all of a sudden I feel like you're responsible for more than just yourself.
Well, I hope we all feel that way.
Well, I don't think we do.
Well, so maybe it's not responsibility. Maybe what the word you're looking for is like I think, especially in America, we have this like false narrative of individual success. And
so there's like this, there's like this collective harmony that we're missing.
Right. That we kind of are like, no, you should pull yourself up by your bootstraps if you want what I have.
Right.
And that, but also, and I do believe there is something to like the electronic noise, the like kind of anesthetization of like ourselves when we're just like
So we need to
stuck
get
with
back
a
to the
screen.
basics kind of thing.
Yeah, like more walking quietly in nature, like more wonder, more like less like, oh, I already know why that happens, and more just like, I wonder why the moon looks bigger right now. Oh, seems to happen every month. Yeah, I think, and so I was saying there's like this little body of evidence around, like there's these like fringe historians that kind of cross into like cuckoo land. We're calling them cuckoo now, but like I'm just like, well, maybe they will be right
Maybe
soon
they are,
when
maybe
we
they
unearth
are.
more. Where there's like there were ancient, let's just call them like cosmonauts or astronauts, but it wasn't so much that they like built a rocket and traveled to space, but rather that they had the knowledge of the ability to like travel in time, or but like telepathically, or like it like, again, it's not that I think like ancient
Like a
Romans
visualization of traveling versus actually.
or that they were like getting messages a little more clearly, or they themselves were able to like time jump, whatever. And I know this stuff
that's
sounds
another
insane.
thing is you have these DID patients who are experiencing these things, but then I was noticing that with certain people who profess to channel certain beings or people,
entities,
also share the same characteristics as like, so like, when this
Totally.
guy channels this person,
he has a totally
he's
different
actually
voice.
different. Yeah.
Totally. Did you watch Cosmosis? Did you watch that 3-part thing on
No.
Eric, watch it. Watch Cosmosis. Pay for it on Apple. Just do it. Don't question it. Just watch it. It's
Okay.
I have mentioned this podcast before, the UFO rabbit hole, but now it's called Cosmosis, and they ended up getting a like 3-episode deal from Apple TV, and they are like, they're legit, like they started in the UFO space, but then these folks were kind of like, the UFO space is kooky, and there's a lot of gatekeeping, and there's a lot of people just being blah. So they've expanded a little into beyond UFOs, and they have there is a channeler that is very controversial, but that they like went and were part of their sessions, and they have it's worth watching. Worth watching.
Cool. I've been dabbling in listening to Daryl Anka, who
you told me about that.
He channels some alien out in some parallel universe.
Yeah, I'm all
like
in.
Weird and fascinating. But all of this had me thinking about our last resource here. I had read a book called Existential Kink.
Love it.
By Carolyn Elliott. She's a doctor in something, psychology of some kind.
Yeah, there's all sorts of kooks out there, but I'm listening.
Yeah, right. I found it to be very interesting. It's kind of like the channeler. You're just kind of side-eyeing, but also kind of like, well, maybe they're onto something. Kind of feeling. But basically, she argues that conscious belief is only half of the equation. So you can consciously repeat, I deserve success, like trying to manifest, the idea of manifest, which is not what Talbot is saying. But basically, while there's like this unconscious part of you that derives pleasure, familiarity, safety, identity, emotional intensity from failure, so like in her framework, the unconscious desire keeps exerting influence. So where you might be trying to visualize saving that score from the goal, this other part of you
sorry. Tell me Eric doesn't play sports without telling me Eric doesn't play sports.
Score from the goal. Yes, sorry.
You're going to save that score from the goal.
It's mostly me just trying to talk, honestly. So anyway, there's a part of you that wants to lose, or there's a part of you
that's the Jungian shadow self, right?
Right,
like it's
that's what a lot of her theory is based on.
Yeah.
And so the conscious mind says, I want to be successful. But your unconscious mind says, but struggling makes me interesting. Being overlooked lets me feel morally superior. Failure protects me from judgment. Wanting something is more exciting than actually having it. And so the result is you repeatedly find yourself in circumstances that preserve that struggle.
Right.
And so it's almost like a victimhood, like finding identity in being a victim. I should say she is careful to say, like, okay, this is not a practice to excuse injustice or to victim shame. Like if you're being abused,
you're in an abusive relationship. She's like, you want to be.
It's
abused.
Because she makes it very clear that is not what she's talking about. Well, and so it's more surfacey than Michael Talbot's theories. Does she
talk about? So like I read this thing about like soul contracts where like we, energy, soul, spirit, whatever we are, maybe you call it reincarnation, whatever. Mm-hmm. This is like Earth school. We come here to learn lessons. Yeah. And like get better at things like loving unconditionally or blah, blah, whatever. And maybe it takes you 35 times, maybe it takes you 1,000 times, maybe it takes you 2 times, but your soul kind of makes a deal and is like, so my medium told me that my past iterations were like pretty bad dudes and that they made a deal when they were coming back. I made a deal when I was coming back around to be like, I need to understand what it means to be othered because I've been on top this whole time and I don't seem to be progressing. And so like the idea is that my like super conscious self, my all-knowing self was like, I want to be put in the position to have to like be forced to confront these things in this way so that I can really learn the thing that I'm trying to learn. And then I can go like float in the cosmos and be whatever. Right. So it's like, so your shadow self or your like, whatever your kind of soul lesson is, you get like stuck up on because it's like the thing. It's really hard to do. And so you like, when you like
hunker down.
Yeah, when this bag of bones dies, you're like, no, I get it now. I didn't do it. Right. I gotta go. Let's go back around.
Right. And I don't know how I feel about that theory. Like, part of me likes it, but the other part, it's like, are you just toying with humanity now? But then, well, is there humanity? It's like, it's like, don't come inside me and use me for your.
But it's all you. It's all you.
But that's what I mean. So it's like I still have a hard time not separating it. From me who believes and me who doesn't.
Well, and we didn't even touch on past lives, which I think we need to talk about next time.
Well, I think maybe I will do that psychic session. And then I'll actually get a feel for my guides, according to her, if she's able to.
Yes.
And then
I'm sure she will be able to.
That's what you pay for, right?
That's exactly right. Whether she can or not, you're going to get it. I'm just kidding. Cool. I think so. Yes.
So in conclusion,
we have no idea.
We have no idea.
And that is cool. And we like that.
Who am I? That's my question.
What is me?
My body, my brain, my thoughts, my unconscious. Who is my?
Should we splash down?
We should splash down.
Okay, yay.
I'm going to go first. So.
Okay.
I watched Backrooms.
How was it?
Did you see it?
I've been waiting. No, I've been waiting to watch it. Did I tell you I have there's 2 boys that I watch movie with, and our group is called Chicken Thighs and Movie Vibes because we go get this chicken at Honey's. Yeah, sorry.
I'm jealous.
I know. You should come. It's so far away. Anyway,
Who are these?
We've only done it.
Two boys.
Dan and Elliot, and they're just like the nicest boys ever, and they like horror movies. And we've only done it. We've done it a few times.
Well,
but like,
I went to see Backrooms with 3 of my kids.
Whoa! It's a Gen Z movie.
It felt like I knew that much, and that's why they came with me. But cool. This is a horror movie,
right?
And so
it's like a creepypasta movie.
Psychological thriller with some body horror. But
maybe
Backrooms started as like this internet. I don't know if it's a meme or like it's just like this thing happening. And so they turned it into a movie. I knew that, but I definitely went in with very little knowledge of the source material. So I think I'm less critical of it than most people because I'm not thinking about what the original Backrooms was.
You're also like 80 compared to them.
I'm also highly obsessed with the metaphysical right now. So it's like, I see it in everything.
Yeah, right.
So I watched Backrooms. It's about this guy who's going to therapy because his wife kicked him out and he can't find a job as an architect, which is what he wants to do. And so he's working at this furniture store until he finds something in his field. But he's also living there against his will. And so he goes to this therapist and he talks to her about stuff. And so she's trying to help him. He discovers these back rooms in the basement of the furniture store, which end up being like these endless. It's like this endless, uncanny labyrinth of rooms, and they look like just generic office hallways,
like liminal space.
Yeah. But it has these weird, eerie details, like like furniture and just objects that are reminiscent of his reality.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, it just goes on forever to where he basically, as an architect, you can kind of sense that he's interested. It's like, what the heck is this?
Yeah.
But then, he basically just gets lost and trapped there. And so it mostly, So from what I gathered, the back rooms are a metaphor for parts of ourselves we avoid. So like guilt, fear, grief, anxiety, trauma, unresolved issues. And these are all things that present themselves in the movie. And so escaping these rooms requires like confrontation as opposed to avoidance, which is kind of what he's been doing.
Yeah. In therapy.
Without giving too much away.
No spoilers.
So I just thought it was timely because of holographic universes is all on my brain, and like holographic universe would say our minds build these rooms, and then like existential kink would say some hidden part of us likes living in these rooms,
right?
But I
don't
think
like that one as much.
I think you should watch the movie. I think the scariest part is that it's like all of the above. Like we're the prisoner, we're the architect, we're the maze.
Yeah,
like
I think that's very real.
It's all the same. Yeah.
Yeah. There is no like the perceived enemy. It's like you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought it was very good.
Very cool.
Yeah.
You saw it
you
in
had
theaters.
movies you wanted to talk to me about.
I as mentioned, had some time because it was like rain is following me everywhere.
You watched movies.
I watched Hero, and I watched Elephant.
Wow, I'm surprised.
Yeah, I picked them. I was like,
So how'd you do? What'd you think?
Those are minutes of my life I cannot get back. I feel like Elephant, if I had watched Elephant in like whatever 2003, whenever it came out, I
haven't seen it in 25 years.
I mean, it was like a very like almost like arty approach to trying to capture a horrible moment and like what its impacts are on us as a culture. Like I get all of it, but I was like, which I felt awful about. I felt awful that I wasn't more arrested by this like mass shooter commentary.
No, yeah. I think because it came out 2 or 3 years after the event.
Yeah, very soon after.
I think everyone's perception at that time was probably slightly underdeveloped.
Totally. We were just like, how could this tragedy have happened? Yeah.
I rewatched Hero, but I didn't rewatch that one. So
yeah, so like 25 years on, we're like, oh no, we have a lot more data personally to deal with. I did keep thinking about
a lot more incidents too.
That's what I mean. Like I remember the day after I moved to Vermont the first time, just before I was about to start at Johnson. You told this story. Did I? Yeah. So it's just like, we just have like way more. And anyway. Okay. So I watched
worse,
that
too. If you can quantify it.
Yeah. Then I watched Hero.
I didn't think you'd like this one.
That movie, I just was like, ugh, you're such a boy. I like even the parts where I was just like, this is so self-serious. There were a couple parts where I was like, well, I just like, there were parts where I was like, that's cool. Like, that's a cool visual. And like, I'm watching it, I'm almost 40. I feel like probably at the time I might have been like more into it, but never as into it as you are. I think like, I love that you love it.
So here's the core of what I like. Certainly the visuals, the cinematography, the kung fu.
Really pretty.
All the boy stuff,
and it was
right?
Tarantino, like...
Yeah.
Cool.
So, Tarantino.
Didn't he direct that?
No. I think it's a Chinese director.
Maybe it was like...
that's... I'm waiting.
Please. Yeah, it's definitely not Tarantino. It's Zhang Yimou.
Yeah. Okay. So to me, I think what I appreciated most about it was the difference in culture's definition of a hero, and just learning about the differences in values from the West is like
huge deal.
Really cool and fascinating to me.
Yeah. No, I get it. But I wanted you to know that I love you so much, and I watched both those movies.
This doesn't hurt me.
Good. Great.
That's good. We're cool.
Should we do it again?
We should always do it again.
Yay.
You know, I got people saying that now.
Oh, I love that.
We'll leave. Like, I just left my sister. She's like, should we do it again? It's like, stop.
You're like, oh, you listen?
Alrighty.
Cool. Good job.
We're going to talk about more stuff like this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
See you later.